We're in. We're finally in. The vetoes have stopped. We've got Woolaloo in the bottom of the map. In the red color playing as Poseidon, and in the top of the map, the blue color, we've got AsperBlood playing Gaia, taking the first game. We're with HellsRavage. This is the semi-finals. We're in the best of 5. And there's 2 vetoes each, and most of those are being used.
No, red went to gold.
Oh yeah, the old storehouse thing. So, yes, we have Anatolia here. Poseidon versus Gaia on Anatolia. Actually a very interesting matchup because while Gaia's good on water, Atlantean's not necessarily good on Anatolia. Because you can't really boom from both sides. You can't really fish all 9 fish from both sides. I don't think anyone's really investigated how to make a build that would allow that to happen.
Red should send his villager right now, push blue off of that first, and then that's pretty much, that's not game over, but that hurts Atlantean's ability to produce ships and workers.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's not having any of it. He's like, yep, I'm gonna cheese this, and it's gonna work really nicely. And Asper hasn't even noticed it yet. He's actually probably going to kill this villager. You're going to start pathing blocking this citizen as well, and by the time he gets back, it's probably going to... Yes, he's probably going to lose this citizen. AsperBlood pauses? What? You can't veto at this point. Okay, you can say so.
Yeah, he's probably looking at the rule book right now.
Oh, he dodges with the pause. But yeah, that's a dead citizen for sure, and that's gonna hurt way too much.
Yeah, no, there's no coming back from that. He should scream us all the time.
Oh no, he's just gonna tap out. Oh, that's sad. After all those vetoes, we get a... What is this? This is probably the fastest game I've ever watched in a tournament.
Such a bad manner, GG too. Like, if you're red, you don't say GG. You should just be like, all right, on to the next one.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll give him his point, but it's a salty point. That's a salty point and a half. I'm going to go ahead and say it. You should feel bad. Oh, man.
Blue should have to the other side of the map first, or he should have his villager immediately. At least now he knows he doesn't have to deal with that map again.
Yeah, that's it. I never know. Why does everybody always go to the bottom pond in that map? Like, if I'm Gaia there, I'm like 100% of the time against anyone, I'm going to the top pond because I just assume that they're going to the bottom pond. And if I get a whole pond to myself, that is exactly what you want. Hey, we did it.
All right, I'm back. It seems like both players are sticking to their guns here with Greek and Atlantean.
True. Well, I'm fairly sure that Woolaloo is Peggy Rush at this point, but let's get this game on the way. We have Woolaloo in the left side of the map playing as Hades. He is very much the blue player. And the red player is AsperBlood. He's playing Kronos here in this game. Got HellsRavage here. It's currently 1-1, with Woolaloo possibly getting the fastest tournament win I've ever seen in my entire existence beyond a 1 second forfeit resign. And that's it.
That was a bad game, and he should feel bad.
Yes, exactly. We do see.
This map's pretty interesting because it's Ghost Lake, but neither player spotted their hunt first. So, for example, Red made his eco guild and he got hunting dogs, but now in order to hunt, he's going to have to move that villager all the way around the forest to catch that boar.
Yeah,
it looks like he's doing that now, but that's some costly walking time.
Yeah, he's going to struggle for sure to get a 330 advance here. As Greek, it matters. It matters. Definitely doesn't matter as much. This walking time to this granary should be fine. And I also think you don't need, like, you could just build a granary here on the berries and it's fine. Because at some point you're going to eat them. And it's not like you need the extra 50 wood for anything. You always just put an extra villager on wood and just play around the map a little bit. But he stuck to his guns. He's like, I'm not doing it. I'm going to put my granary up on the elk at the top so I can eat that and eat the elk at the bottom, or the caribou. They're all the same thing.
The other wrinkle to this map is that it's 2 gold mine. So if you're Atlantean, that kind of takes away a few strategies. It takes away one town center Hyperion push that you see a lot now, just because there's no chance of gold starving Hades.
Yep. Yeah. That's...
So if you look, Hades is probably really happy right now because not only does he have 2 safe gold mines in his base, that second town center attacks their gold mine really well. Yeah. And it has a fantastic wood line too, so you can actually gather wood from that second town center really well.
Yeah, so long as he can save sentinels, I mean, he may have to use sentinels to defend against some sort of fake Kronos attack, early Kronos attack, but I doubt that'll happen. But if he can save sentinels for that top town center that he's got there, then that's securing both of those gold mines as well, not just one of them. So it gives him a lot of opportunities to play with. I think possibly I saw Matrius do this build yesterday, I believe. I know it's not new, but you go, you time shift your temple forward, and you go oracles get valid to push off hunt. You use your Promethean push off hunt, and behind that you grab a second town center. And for these double gold mine maps where you're not going to be able to get those one town center Hyperion pushes, it's not a bad way to go, I think, for Kronos.
I think that'd be a smart thing to do because this game's going to go long. It might not go 25, 30 minutes, but it's going to probably get to the point where at least one player gets mythic just because of the way the map is spawned. Like, there's no real, no win condition where one player is going to rush the other player, like barring something really unlucky happening. It's probably going to get to the point where both players have 3 town centers. So if you're Atlantean, you're definitely going to want to get to you're going to want to play it so that you can get that quick second and third town center.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, the other option, but it probably wouldn't, I mean, I don't know if I like it as much, is like that standard Aranos kind of Termimo Milo 8-minute town center into like a 9-minute third town center as well, and trying to harass around the map. Doesn't work as well for Kronos because your units aren't as fast and you can't harass everywhere at the same time. So that's why I kind of prefer this forward temple into second town center shenanigans. But it doesn't look like that's what's happening for AsperBlood here.
If you're Hades, It's seriously, you could actually just grab a second 10 center right now. Boom. Not fight at all. Just get tower upgrades and then just basically just play for the Mythic Age because there's no position where red can onto push onto you very much damage. Can probably sit in your base and farm.
Yeah. Wait, did we see a 9 villager, or is it 7 villager? 3 plus 2 plus 2. Yeah, we
He's
saw
fighting
an
classic.
8 villager classical age there from AsperBlood.
Okay. He's being a little bit more aggressive than I would have been, which is at least nice to see. It's going to give us a better game.
Yeah, he's seen the hunt and he can get onto that. I mean, there's not a lot like the hero the hero aggression that you put on with the Zeus with Centaur, Jason and Odysseus is just as viable with a Minotaur, and nothing changes with the Chiron and the Ajax except Chiron's actually a bit faster. So he's putting the pressure on right now, but he hasn't actually built Chiron yet. Just going for units right now. See if he can deal with these hero turmoil, which you may be able to do.
Must be really demoralizing to be AsperBlood right now because you played so well on that Midgard game in a pretty imbalanced matchup. And you fought so hard to win the game, and then you lose the next game in a minute.
Yeah,
that kind of does something to your mentality.
Yeah, there is something that's been talked about in the world of esports, which is known as mental. It just means your mental fortitude to be able to bounce back from bad things that happen to you. So we'll see if we can get the classic Minotaur not able to attack because the unit's moving. He is just bugging out. Absolute hilarity ensues. This is actually something that Nakamura posted about the other day, and in that we should probably think about myth units specials being a command instead of immediate. So they build up their special and then you can use it, but you have to hit a hotkey for it to want to use it or something. And then you can target the units you want and not waste your specials, or for example with Minotaur, not bother with the special.
Blue did a really good job of catching it off guard here, because I don't think Red was really expecting this kind of aggression from Blue, and he built all of his racks forward, and he's gathering from his forward gold mine too. So basically, Blue can just kind of sit there and make some units and keep Red from expanding onto a second 10 center.
Yeah.
Ouch, that's some bad positioning.
Or he just ran right in there, and I don't like this from AsperBlood. He's saying lag here, but
lag. I didn't notice any.
He's saying lag here, but you moved your units there. I don't care when you clicked it. There's just a bad army movement. What am I supposed?
That was.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a mental boom moment as well when you're when you make a mismovement with your army and you're not fast enough to fix it. It can be really bad. Oh. We'll see what happens here. Looks like Lulu's taking out the counter barracks here. Ready to start putting pressure onto the gold mine. Still got 1,000 gold left in it. He's got 3,000 gold mine in the back, but time to add in Toxotes as well.
Unit combo is really deadly too. If you're around us, you could at least run around and grow your Terma and raid. But now that you don't have those fast units, you kind of just have to sit there and take it.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a Sentinel coming down on the home base to just pick off the the random raids coming into his base. Restoration comes down into the base of AsperBlood. And Wooloo is going to be cleaning up these Atlantean units, and he taps out. GG. That was really well played from Wooloo. Very unexpected aggression, and definitely caught AsperBlood off guard there.
That was interesting because usually Atlantean outproduces. It just seemed like he had so many more units. It's almost like Kronos was thinking like, okay, maybe I'll pop right into a second town center pretty quickly, and then only to see that it was kind of doing an all-in.
Yeah, the military count's actually even. It's like 35 to 33. It's just the unit, the KD is just disgusting in favor of Wooloo.
That should never happen though.
Yeah.
As against Greek, just because of the training times. Like you should have way, like in theory, you should just have way more units as Atlantean than Greek.
Really, I actually.
Well, the training is just a lot faster. So if you're both producing out of the same amount of buildings, then I mean, kind of like the concept, right?
Oh yeah, the Hippocon take 20 seconds. That's the big killer. The Hoplite and the Murmillo are fairly comparable, but there's 2 seconds difference. But once you get the third military building going with the Toxotes or another thing, then you kind of should be able to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well played. Let's move on to the next game.
Probably train faster than Tox too. I've never done the math, but I think units out of the counter barracks train faster, right?
Medium turn was 14 seconds. Toxotes are 15. That's pretty close.
That's pretty close. That's actually a lot closer than I would have thought.
Yeah, I think a big thing with the reason why Atlantean feels like it trains faster is because its economy just functions straight away for 2 military buildings, whereas Greek economy you have to get out Ajax and Odysseus, and you're building Centaur some of the time. It just doesn't really function to do what you want it to do efficiently.
Right.
But in this game, it was straight up not even bothering with Chiron. He didn't build it until ages later. So he just goes straight into pumping units as like the Atlantean was. It could kind of stay on board with AsperBlood because he was up late as well. So up late, building from 2 buildings. So you're behind 45 seconds of production time. It adds up. Anyways, we should out and get the next game going.
I'm out.
Oh, my bad.
I think I think they're out too. AsperBlood, pretty confident this is going to be games. I see. He's saying he played bad the last 3 games. I thought he was saying this series is going 3 more games.
Yeah, he definitely he played out of his mind in the first game. But I would imagine that veto shenanigans that happened, and like he had the Savannah map that spawned into, I mean it's like, whatever, it's random, you can't really, doesn't really matter, but he spawned into Savannah when Wooloo accidentally picked a random god instead of random Greek, so it shouldn't have been an Anatolia game.
Okay.
So
are we out of vetoes?
I don't know. AsperBlood. Some veto. Yeah. Okay, he hasn't used any.
So Wooloo. Oh, I thought he was going Egyptian for a second. I was going to say that kind of because he might not be Peggy, but Greek.
Yeah, Peggy's Greek versus Egyptian is really, really good. If it's Peggy. I mean, it could be any of the top. It could be Joe, you know, like it could be any of the top Greek players. Any top expert as well could play Greek at this level. We can't play this map, right?
Correct. I think AsperBlood's gotten pretty unlucky too. He hasn't gotten Orinos yet.
Yeah. That's the roll of the dice, isn't it? So we've played Midgard, Anatolia, and what was the other one? Ghost Lake.
That's right. I really like this matchup too, because it's kind of important for Kronos to get as aggressive as possible before Zeus can spam.
What is this? Oh my god. The random gods are not on our favor. Oh my god. Yeah, Kronos versus Zeus is a fun one.
Wait, what is he doing?
He's using his veto.
He's
using
his veto not to play.
Yeah.
Not to play Kronos. Vetoing for a roll of the dice.
Ah. Oh, he gets his Uranus.
Oh, he got lucky.
Alrighty. What is going on, everyone? My name's Voigt, and I am joined with HellsRavage, the legend himself.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello indeed. Spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Uranus is AsperBlood. And his opponents today in the red color, playing as Hades, is Wallaloo. Finally, AsperBlood getting his Uranus, as we've been talking about this entire Smurf tournament. It's random Civ, and if you play Atlantean, you're kind of rolling a dice to get the top tier god, Uranus, and AsperBlood gets it. And it is, he's got to be happy about that one. So, how do you expect to see this one playing out, Hells?
Yeah, he definitely got lucky though with getting Midgard. He was Gaia. Unfortunately, that luck ran out pretty quickly. He had to resign 2 minutes into, I think it was the next game after losing that villager quickly. But I think that this matchup here be more interesting than the last few games, just because Hades is going to really have to deal with speed. This map, Blue's turn.
Exactly. The speed of Uranus makes this Hades versus Uranus matchup just a touch more difficult. Because Hades is possibly the slowest god in the game. Arguably the slowest god in the game to move around the map. But he is the most defensive god, which does mean that he does limit a lot of Uranus's options to end the game. So your aim with Uranus here is just to kind of hang on, force fights in positions where you can get to them, and then sort of try and get Mythic Age and win from that. There's some other like cute timings you can do, like a heroic age all in onto a gold mine is definitely an option here for Hades. If you can get like a curse and attack a gold mine, you can win the game there. But generally speaking, you see some sort of 2-town center Athena play, or maybe even a Ares rush here from Hades.
One thing to look out for too, if you're Atlantean, that after this Rhino he's about to eat, he's gonna have to walk a far away unless he finds some other hunt with those goats to the left.
Mm.
He's going to eat that rhino, and then potentially, depending on how aggressive the game gets after both players advance, then that Atlantean player is going to have to sit in his base and either eat those chickens or those goats without really having the ability to like walk across the map. Um,
Yeah, yeah. It seems to be getting the citizen pick off yet again with that Gatascope. It's got to alt S your villagers and get ready for that when you see this Gatascope is getting in here. But definitely definitely a big issue for Uranus is that forward hunt against Greek, because they don't really have a response to Ajax or like that archaic hero from Greek until a little bit later, because it takes so long to get their military units coming out, whereas Ajax comes out instantly. But Prometheus on the way for AsperBlood, and a little bit behind on this advance time, looking like he's going for a 5-minute advance time here.
Red's making a really smart wall right now. His base on the top by the second center, because that wall is not only going to protect the Hun, the 3 giraffe that are in the corner, they're also going to let Red get classic age. Get a second town center. Much plus.
Yeah, this is what smart players do. They scout the map and they decide how they can quarter it off. If you ever go back and you watch like AOM King play or Magyar play, they'll always do this like they'll never spam walls because it takes too much resources away. But what they do is they'll make like one wall, and it always ends up being like the most important strategical wall ever. And it's just like that's what we're seeing here. I don't expect to see Waterloo build any more walls than that one, at least until later in the game.
The blue took a bit of a risk, I would say, by walking his villagers across to the middle of the map to eat those elephants. That was a lot of gathering time that he wasn't getting, and there's always the chance that he gets pushed off these elephants. So I guess he's just kind of hoping that he's going to be able to outspam the Hades before it gets to that point.
Yeah, and I tell you, Wooloo is a good enough player to know the hunt exploit. It's not really an exploit, but it's kind of like you can kind of get a little bit of a knowledge about the map, because if you've scouted a hunt pack, you can draw a box over the hunt pack and see if there's any health bars missing on those elephant. And if there are health bars missing, it means that those elephant or that pack of hunt has been killed.
That was really quick reaction time by Wololo. He was sending his Minotaur to harass the elephants. I guess he's going back there, but see, that's actually really interesting because he sent his Minotaur back when Blue cast Valor, because he probably knew that the Minotaur was going to get picked off, but he sees that the units were going to the bottom of the map at the giraffes.
I see why he did it. Okay, so he's retreated. He's retreated initially, but then he saw the units attacking his hunt and thinking that all the heroes were there. He decided to come back, but didn't judge for the Murmillo that was sent over there. So it gets well played by AsperBlood to suss that one out.
There's a lot of pausing going on.
Yeah. Just you should be a D&D, dude. Just go D&D. Right click on click on the Voobly icon.
Get the same guy doing that to me. Luckily, it doesn't bother me. I don't know why I don't get the nudges, but when I leave games, I see he nudged me like 1,000 times.
I've turned off the sound and the notification, so if anyone does it to me, it doesn't matter. Anyways,
it seems to me like Red's just betting on the fact that Hippocon and Hoplite, the unit combination, are gonna be tanky enough to take on Kranos' military, I think that Oranos is a little bit better than Kronos, obviously,
Yeah.
in this matchup. So I think that he's going to really have to be careful.
We get to the Toma there. Yeah, you have to one, play around the fact that his army is faster than yours now, and then two, he's got 3 shockwaves, which basically win him 3 fights, kind of.
And one thing I don't like that Blue did was that he like, immediately went for the second town center. Then after getting rushed last game, like he knows like now he's gonna get outproduced again for the second time in a row. And what you really could just be doing is making that second counter barracks as Atlantean and making Prometheans and just outspam Hades. Like there's no reason again why you should be like on the defensive against Greek here.
Well, I like that. I like that restoration. It's really nice. Gets all his. They have a lot of low HP units there, and he just gets them all back to full HP.
Yeah. Just not even sure what that second town center gets you so early on.
Yeah, and he's so close to scouting it out as well. He's looking for Hunt, but he's found that he's actually got a really nice raid onto this giraffe while this is going on, and he's gonna. Oh, he's so close to spotting this.
Oh, he spots it.
Yeah, so that's huge as well. Yeah, I think this town center just comes down to like, this is my strategy, I'm gonna do it, rather than I'm reading the map, reading my civilization, my opponent's civilization, and reacting. It's just, yeah, a lot of players have that tendency to just go for what they know.
Oh, that villager is gonna somehow live.
He's flying away, stuck in the manor though. He's sending villagers forward to eat the rest of that elephant there. I guess there are berry bushes up there, and you can move to those afterwards. But it's only got 400 food. I mean, 400 food's not. I guess I'd move for 400 food. I guess why not? But yeah.
He's so dedicated to this. He's building the bottom town center instead.
Yeah.
Even though he knows he's gonna get pushed off of should know that he's going to get pushed off of resources and that he really needs to actually be worried about winning a fight.
Yeah, there's not really any hunt left for AsperBlood either. I mean, you can go and take the bottom giraffe, which aren't really his, and they're very difficult giraffe to be eating. But huge fight coming in now. AsperBlood losing a lot of his units, and these villagers look like they're going to get completely surrounded here by the Hippocon, but probably more a distraction here. If you can get one of them though, which is one really low citizen there, maybe I would pick him off, but not happening just yet. Anatolia is still alive as well, just absolutely rinsing this Uranus army.
You were kind of touching on this point earlier about how Atlantean players are just so entrenched in what they try to do. He's basically so committed to being Terma, despite the fact that lose so hard to this unit combination. He can at least try to do something other than just playing right into what Red wants.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Red wants right now. He wanted him to take that second town center because there's just no benefit. There's no benefit to taking it. Right?
Well, it gives him a wood line, and that's about it. And he's already got a wood line, so gets extra citizens out.
You know,
I don't know. Can start building.
Town center is an investment.
Yeah.
And some players forget that it's an investment and it doesn't reap benefits for a couple minutes. Right now, it actually just puts you at even more of a disadvantage.
Yep, and with the gold mine expiring really soon, and I expect to see all of those start spreading out some of those straggler units onto gold mines and just and just keep these trades going and forcing AsperBlood to keep trying to keep up with him here. And he's going to walk out his citizens onto a gold mine and get greeted by some slaps from the Greek army.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Alright, man. We got the got AsperBlood retreating yet again. Gold mine's gone. We have line of sight of this gold mine. We have a hoplite scouting if anything walks through here. I guess it can sneak around here and run around here and maybe get to that gold mine. But he'd have to realize that that's there and then go for that, which is probably not going to happen. And the citizen do look like they're going for the top side of the map. A couple of citizens going for the bottom side of the map as well. While Woolaloo is going to be a little, maybe not going to the bottom side of the map. Like they're going into trees. So that's totally fine. Thanks so much for the subscription, Red Vans. Welcome back. I think you had a sub at some point. Appreciate you, my dude. And we got the villagers they're going for, but there is a hoplite with 14 HP over waiting for these guys. The Hippocon moving in. The villagers immediately running away. Population is 98 to 115, and that's two town centers 98, and he's short manners as well. Villagers now moving up to the top gold mine. Catastrophe is already there waiting for him. Villagers moving to this way, trying to sneak their way through. Maybe scouting for gold or something. Not going to find it. Villagers already on this gold mine gathering gold over there. And this is going well right now. The villagers do pick off the Catastrophe though, but Hades Shade coming over, Hippocon coming over, low HP units here as well. Villagers killing hoplite on that bottom side as well, picking off these citizens. And then that was an error. GG. GG, well played by Woolaloo, taking this series of 3-1. Managing to get that nice gold star up to the second town center. Grab there.
All right, back. Oh no, what happened?
He just got gold starved. It was really well played by Woolaloo. Obviously what was going to happen after the second town center. And yeah, you were talking about potentially other things that could have been used here for AsperBlood as a counter to this combination. I mean, like maybe making Catapultes could have been an option. Maybe making Kyra Ballista could have been an option. This unit combination is not unbeatable for Uranus, but it looks unbeatable if you just play standard.
I think that Uranus players just have a tendency to overproduce Terma, and they quickly lose their value, and it makes enough of these hoplites and hippocons together. So whether it's making farms, or it's making Prometheans, or using those farms to make more Murmillos, then that's still going to be more efficient than just throwing Termas uselessly, dying over and over again. It's kind of actually the same concept with Orinos players complaining about the Ulfsark spam. Is like I've seen some recorded games of Sea Squash just not making Terma after like, I don't know, 8 or 9 minutes, and using that wood for something better, and just keep putting his Murmillos on AQ. That seems to be better than just kind of like throwing wood after wood after wood into these Terma that don't give you any benefit.
Well, yeah, you can use those villagers to mine themselves a farm or chop themselves a farm, and then they're on food, and then you've got Murmillo, which are actually useful against Ulfsark. They trade like what is it, like 1 to 1.25 on an Ulfsark or something like that. So it's like if you've got mass Murmillo against mass Ulfsark, you just absolutely slaughter. So, but we shouldn't be telling the Uranus players this, because they'll start playing smart, and then we'll have more Uranus players winning tournaments. Yeah. Anyways, let's see if Kilty's got another game for us. I think we're on to the finals fairly soon, so that'll be fun.